Have you ever heard of the FIRE movement, often known as the Financial Independence Retire Early movement? If not, you may be living under a rock right now. Financial independence, retire early, FIRE, has been a trendy buzzword in the personal finance community for the last few years. In this video, I'm sharing 10 tips or tricks on how to achieve FIRE goals or ambitions while maintaining a happy life. Welcome back to our fiery channel. This is FIRE. Here we bring you wealth tips, financial advice, cryptocurrency information, and updates on the financial world that you should definitely catch up with. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. We make sure we only bring you the best of content. In this video, we'll talk about some incredible tips to achieve FIRE ambitions and enjoy a happy life. Well, share your thoughts in the comments below and watch till the end to find out how you can be financially independent, successful, and wealthy. Before we get started, I'd like to share one of my favorite things about FIRE. It has the ability to create your own strategy. You don't have to follow someone else's path. You can adapt your journey to meet your lifestyle and goals. Now, let's start with the introduction of Financial Independence Retire Early. FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early, is a movement dedicated to high savings and investing lifestyle that allows proponents to retire considerably earlier than average budgets and retirement plans would allow. Followers of the FIRE movement may be able to quit their jobs and live totally off withdrawals from their portfolios long before the traditional retirement age of 65 by allocating up to 70% of their income to savings. There are some tips and tricks you should follow if you want to make your life happy and achieve financial independence, retire early ambition. So let's discuss them one by one. Number 1. Figure out your why. Figure out your why before you start fleshing out your financial independence plan. What motivates you to work for financial independence? What motivates you to retire early? Is it because you actually want to, or you are drawn to it because it's common? Is it possible that you dislike your job right now? Do you think your only option is to quit your job and tell your supervisor to take this job and shove it? If that's the case, you might want to look for new work that isn't so bad. I can tell you from experience that achieving significant financial goals such as paying off nearly 6 figures in school debt isn't always easy. There will be days when you want to give up. Your why must motivate you to keep going. When things get tough and you want to give up, having a strong why will help you stick to the plan. Simply start a FIRE diary and write why at the top of the first page, followed by your list of reasons and ambitions. Okay, number 2, have a discussion about FIRE with your spouse. If you have a spouse, talk to them before you start, because this journey will impact them as well. Some of the stages to FIRE will be difficult, and you may need to make some significant lifestyle changes as a couple. You don't have to persuade your spouse during the initial talk. Still, it's necessary to start with an explanatory dialogue to see if they're even interested in the idea and get the conversation started. We don't recommend sending those blogs about extreme means of reaching FIRE, such as living off rice and beans for 10 years, because they'll likely scare them away. Instead, provide it in a simple way to comprehend and entice. This will also not affect your married life. Always be a good listener and speaker. Number 3, calculate your FIRE number. A piece of traditional advice would tell you to take your annual spending and multiply it by 25 to give you the money you would need to retire. For example, if you spend $40,000 per year, you would multiply that dollar amount by the number 25, giving you an approximate retirement goal of $1 million. This rough figure will work if you want to retire at 65 or 70 years old. However, if you want to retire in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, you'll need to adjust your calculations. So instead, multiply your annual spending by 30 or 35 to get a more accurate picture of how much money you'll need to live comfortably in retirement. The last thing you want to do is expedite your FIRE date by picking an excessive amount only to run out of money later in life. But on the other hand, nobody wants to be forced to go back to work, so be sure to calculate your FIRE number carefully. Number 4, get a handle on your debt. If you don't control your debt, it'll most likely control you. Feeling trapped or bound to a job you dislike is one of the worst feelings in the world, all because you have debt or a mountain of bills to pay off. You go to work every day knowing you despise it, but you have no choice because you need to pay the bills. What's more, guess what? You will have more flexibility and possibilities in your life once you have paid off your debt. Furthermore, your attitude changes when you know you are not obligated to work. Number 5. Optimize the big three. We strongly advise you to save money by cutting back on the major three: accommodation, transportation, and food. So that's where you'll want to start saving first. While saving money in other areas is beneficial, these three categories will make the biggest difference straight away. The main idea here is that you should live within your means. So while you might be able to afford that new Range Rover or mini mansion in the suburbs, is it truly supporting your FIRE goal or your why? To achieve your FIRE ambitions, you'll need to spend more carefully than you have in the past to save and invest more quickly. We're almost done with the video. What do you think so far? Let us know in the comments. Before revealing the second half of this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and share FIRE with your friends. Spread the good news of financial independence and success. Number 6. Get multiple streams of income. While decreasing costs is a good thing, adding a source of income can considerably boost your earnings. Perhaps you'll work overtime hours, part-time employment, or start a side business. In addition, you may pay off debt and invest more quickly once you have more money flowing in. Number 7. Increase your savings rate. It's not how much money you make that matters, it's how much money you keep. You can follow the standard savings metric of 10% if you don't mind retiring in your 60s or 70s. However, if you have high dreams and wish to retire early, 10% will not be enough. Follow the equation to determine your current savings rate. Savings rate equals annual savings over gross income. You can then times that number by 100 to calculate the dollar amount. It'll give you the result of the best saving rate, so you have a record, and it'll be up to you then how you spend. Number 8. Max out your workplace retirement accounts. If you're trying to reach FIRE, you should strive to max out your 401k, 403b, 457, or whatever account you have. Contributing to your workplace accounts will provide you with an immediate tax reduction on your federal taxes, as well as the possibility of a match from your company. But, of course, all of that equals more money and more compound interest to get you closer to your FIRE number. Number 9. Open a Roth IRA and max it out. Once you open a Roth IRA, individual retirement account, you should do your best to max it out every year. Plus, with a Roth IRA, if you want to retire early, you can tap into those funds sooner than you can tap into your workplace accounts. If you withdraw funds from typical workplace accounts early, you will be required to pay taxes immediately and maybe even a penalty. No thank you. Always speak with an accountant or a financial advisor before withdrawing funds from a Roth IRA. Finally, number 10. Diversify your investment portfolio. By locating multiple investments across different businesses, financial instruments, and other categories, you may diversify your investment portfolio and reduce risks. Of course, you don't put all your eggs in one basket with diversity. It helps you maximize returns by directing investments into many industries that respond differently to a single instance. Then, if something goes wrong with one investment, you can switch back on the safety of the others. Diversification does not guarantee against loss, but it is essential to achieving long-term financial goals while minimizing risk. You need a variety of investments to diversify your portfolio. Ramit also recommends investing in long-term, low-cost index funds that are naturally diversified and never require rebalancing to maintain risk levels. So guys, financial independence has the ability to free up your life so that you can focus on what matters most to you and your family. It's not difficult to achieve, and you don't need unique abilities to do so. Its benefits are unmeasurable: freedom and independence, fulfillment and happiness. So, what are your FIRE ambitions? I hope this video has inspired your interest in FIRE and prompted you to consider whether it is a good option for you or not. If you've already started your FIRE adventure, please share your ideal retirement age and how much money you think you'll need to retire comfortably in the comments below. Thank you for visiting our channel. This is FIRE, your channel on wealth tips, financial advice, cryptocurrency information, and updates on the financial world that you should definitely catch up with. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and check out more videos like this one on the FIRE channel. Thanks for watching, and of course, see you in the next video.